Ramsey Salah says Broderick Jones should be on the bench to start.
Dang, that's the super he came with? Oh, I guess it is, yeah. Shout out to Ramsey. It was a couple that came early. I get them in a second. All right, he wants to start with Broderick there. Whew, no warm-up to this one, huh?
Based off his preseason, sure. Like I said, though, even going back to last year, maybe just preseason isn't his thing.
This could be true.
I mean, it's not something I'm happy about. It's
I was like that's a dangerous game, bro.
You got people to protect still in preseason. Like, you still got a quarterback behind you. You still got a running back. It's like that still affects them. Like, these are your teammates here.
It affects them greatly.
Right?
Just like, man, you don't care about these quarterbacks? You don't like these running backs? Like, I don't know. What's going on, man? I get his preseason.
That or he's playing. He just plays that bad in preseason. It's either he doesn't care or he's that incompetent in preseason, or I guess he might be banged up. I don't know. Is he a little hurt?
Look, man, I was over here going through my Rolodex of like reasons while the game was going on. I'm like, bad matchup. You know, that's my go-to. Bad matchup. Gregory Rousseau, long, talented, up and coming, stud pass rusher. Bad matchup. But then I say, no. Gregory Rousseau is good, but he ain't that good just yet. But then it wasn't that one per se that kind of got me. The two reps where we really saw, Gregory kind of have his way with Broderick. That wasn't the case. It was when Rousseau went out and the rookie went over there, Solomon. And he was also able to turn around and have success against Broderick and get a sack as well. That was the one where I was just like, yo, we can't have you looking like this right now. Now, is it the arm? I thought that the brace was more so a precaution, nothing important. But if that is what is going on, you need to communicate and speak up and get off that field until you are healthy. Because that can't be the take if you are starting right or left tackle, because Gregory Rousseau is a good player, Deke, but is Gregory Rousseau the best outside linebacker DN type that he's going to face this year if he's starting at right or left tackle? No. Is Solomon, I don't want to butcher my young rookie's name. Shout out to the young rookie, by the way. But in terms of Javon Solomon, that was the other guy that got a sack on Broderick. I think Broderick's going to face a lot better competition than him as well. It can't look like that. And that was my thing, man. So I'm like, if it is truly the elbow, you're compromised with your arm, we do see you have a brace on. If that is the case, like we said, man, do what you need to do to get back healthy. Don't go out there and put that on tape. Now, if it's mentally you don't lock in the preseason, I think that still has some concerns, because now I'm like, you're picking and choosing. And as you broke down, it affects more than just you. We see Russ get hit multiple times, man. You do not want your quarterback taking them type of shots, regardless of Russ, Fields, any of them dudes back there. It just can't happen. And then it's like you said, man, or not like you said, but also it's like once you do that, we can't unsee those plays. So now we're all
like how else am I supposed to react?
Come
like
on,
part
bro.
of me,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm coping a little bit now.
Yeah.
In a way, 2 days removed from the game. Maybe not coping completely, but it is also the truth. It's just preseason, but
It's
I
like,
mean,
bro,
we can
I
only
can't
react to
unsee
what we're
that, bro.
seeing right now.
Yeah, it's not like I got a chance to watch you maul somebody and I'm like, hey, it's preseason. That dude won't go be out there. No ways, but Broderick, you at least look good. It's like, bro, you look like you was getting thrown out the club. Like they was having a party over there. That can't be the case. How are we supposed to feel confident in you if that's what it's looking like right now? Now, I don't anticipate that continuing, but that's the part where you're just like, can you show me something else to at least give us some more optimism right now? Because between what we saw from Troy last week and then him getting hurt, and now you see Broderick this week, and the reaction that I've seen was, man, you just got to start Troy at right, put Broderick at left, and it doesn't matter no more. It can't get any worse than this. And it's like, bro, we're talking about the two guys that have struggled in the preseason. Dan Moore's actually been fine.
Yep.
And now we're saying, just throw him out there because we're about to panic because of whatever is going on with my man Broderick. I'm just like, So that's why I'm like, I'm hoping that the elbow might be a little more compromised. That's what I'm hoping. Like, if it's that, then great. We can make sure that you rehab, do what you need to do. It at least gives us context. Because what we're seeing right now, without that context, it has us questioning like, yo, are you regressing or do you just not have your heart in the preseason? And those are questions that we really don't want to be asking right now, man. Not while Troy is on the show and they saying that, oh, he's going to come out here and start week 1. And we saw what he looked like in preseason week 1. This is like, man.
Well,
man.
We might as well have Troy start week 1.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You said at least his was against Hunter?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it didn't look as bad as Broderick yesterday or 2 days ago.
Versus a better player? Because Hunter is a lot more proven and accomplished than Greg, man.
At least you have a little bit better of an excuse for Fautano being his literal first game as an NFL player.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm just like, man, I don't know.
But you're right. If Broderick's hurt, then we should start Fautano. Right. If he is ready, if Fautano is ready for week 1, then Broderick needs a couple more weeks to get ready. You just start Dan Moore at left and Troy at right, and then you figure it out after that.
And for me, it's been weird because we know obviously Dan Moore is the one who's come under fire the most throughout who we want to replace, who we need to upgrade for, and all these other things. But like I said, throughout these games, he's been playing consistent. Now, when we're looking at Broderick, I know some people are going to say, well, that's because he's playing out of position. I mean, sure, but where did he start last year for us on the offensive line? Right tackle. It wasn't like he started at left tackle last year for us. He was at right tackle. And we all said what? Bro, he looks good. He looks fine. Shoot, if he need to start, just stay the whole time. So now because we see him struggle like how he did, now it's like, oh, man, what are we doing? We playing him out of wait. I've seen the Kevin Dotson. I've seen the Kendrick Green comparisons brought up all because of that game that just came up. Whereas last year, we weren't hollering this when Broderick took over for Chooks. It was like, yo, he looks good. He looks ready. But that's the part where I'm just like, yo, if it is an injury, communicate that with the team, man, and make sure they take care of you because that is not what you want out there, man.
Kevin Dotson comparisons are one thing, but Kendrick Green comparisons.
You know, they was trying to say they played him out of position, bro. They say he got sabotaged, bro.
That's too far.
They said he was sabotaged, man. They said he was sabotaged, bro.
You're not wrong, though. I'm seeing
the
chat bring up Kendrick Green.
This is and this is you know, I had to do my steal. I'm back in the studio. We was doing
Kevin, like the Kevin today, Dotson bro. Ones I can see. Like the Kevin Dotson ones make sense because now he's in a new situation. He's legitimately good, and Dotson was a fine player for us as is, even if he was playing out of position. So you could have said the same thing about Broderick Jones in his rookie year. No matter what, like Broderick was a solid starting right tackle for us. Yeah. Were we playing him out of position? Could we be potentially doing him a disservice this offseason, having him switch back and forth between left and right? Maybe, but he's still, no matter what, if he's out on the field, he's going to be solid. He's going to be, yes, competitive and competent. Whereas Kendrick Green, that's not how it looked here.
I like how you said that.
But now, no. Here's the thing.
I like how you said that right there, bro.
Here's the thing.
Your media savvy is growing, all right? Just know. I'm peeping what you saying over there.
There were plays in Saturday night's game that were reminiscent of Kendrick Green, though, from Broderick.
This is fair. This is very fair. Listen, you know, I didn't even want to talk about. I was like, oh, how we get to that? Why is it?
How's it even possible?
That's what the thing I was saying.
With how big Broderick is,
literally, and I'm thinking of, you know, I know them boys over there in the Buffalo side, so I'm literally just like, how does this what I had? I did not see this coming. No, and then for it to happen on multiple occasions, it's just like, yo, something is off. Now, I've seen, and this is the other part too, man, because of, like I said, man, when the play looks like this, everybody starts getting pulled up, boys. So literally, they started bringing up that. Then they started attacking Pat Meyer. They say, yo, it's his fault. It was like, it's got to be his fault, man.
He can catch a stray. Yeah.
I'm just like, who is he blocking? Huh? So he don't get no love for Dan Moore not messing up. Zach Frazier look good out there. That don't matter though, huh? But because these dudes look bad, hey, shoot him down for that. Don't give him no praise for the other dudes.
O-line as a whole was questionable.
It was, but I thought as a whole, our trenches, especially after that first unit, I thought that the Bills were just more physical in both elements, offense and defense in the trenches. I would say that for our offensive line, I thought that if we could have stayed on schedule, I would have rather seen what that run blocking would have looked like, because we did have the one play with Najee where it spit, but outside of that, we were always behind the sticks. So we never
Brick
got
wall.
right. So we never got a chance where we could get any type of, let's see if it's a second and short. Let's see if we can actually run something right here. Open up this concept a little bit. We just never got that rhythm. And that's part of the O-line having to be a little bit more consistent on the front end. But like I said, man, we don't like when we get to the overreacting part, and I don't want to say overreact. I just feel like whenever one of our key players plays bad, we're looking for like reasons to like take it off of that person and send it elsewhere. And that's my only thing. It's like, man, Broderick out here playing the way that he did this game. We could seek comfort and say Pat Myers, but at the same time, it's like, bro, Broderick, you're the one that's on this field. You're the guy that has the talent. You're the guy that we've already seen do this with the exact same coach versus better players all of last season. But now because you struggle in this game and it looks bad, now we're going to say, oh, it's that guy's fault now. That's the comfort I'm talking about.
We could say Pat Myers on the hot seat if the O-line doesn't improve this year.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe
you see what I'm saying?
Maybe
though?
blaming Pat Myers
like
for preseason game
we're
2 and
literally
what
going
Broderick
to point
did. That's
fingers
fair.
at everybody else
that's
but
too far.
these dudes out here. I'm like,
right.
Am I missing something here? We know when that's just like my previous experience with the Steelers playing preseason, man. Coach Thomas like, I'm not scheming up anything. I'm trying to see who can win one-on-ones. That's the whole mindset. Offense, defense, special teams. Can you win a one-on-one? Now, some teams, they will scheme it up. Some teams will come out there and they're like, they trying to get matchups. And you're like, bro, you really doing this for a preseason game? And you'll look good in this setting. But when the actual regular season hits and it's time to do it for real, now that isn't as effective. But for us, that's what we on right now. So it's like, man, when the dude is struggling in this setting, man, that's more so, be a better one-on-one guy right now. And Broderick, you should be the best one-on-one guy that we got in our trenches in terms of offensive line. So that's why I'm like, if it's the elbow, man, just let them boys know that. So that way they could help you out. Whether that's having tight end, running back over there to chip for you. If you still want to go out there, you still going to play. Or, man, have them put somebody else in there, let you get right for these next 2 weeks. So week 1 in Atlanta, it's not looking like what we just saw versus the Bills, man.
Well, that's what Let's Go You Dub says here. He says on Jones, the elbow injury and brace clearly bothering him. Punch is ineffective and inaccurate. Hands way too high. Wide chest exposed. 3, using two-hand punch instead of independent hands, and hands get knocked down.
But at the same time, all of that sounds good. But let's be real. You ain't have any of that to say last year when Broderick did the exact same things and he was effective. That's why I was going back to the whole Pat Myers argument. We'll try to hype like these little technique things, right? And now we're going to point to that and say, yeah, that's Pat Myers' fault. But it was like, man, if this is what this guy has always done and has always had success playing like this because he's a very athletic tackle, big, powerful man, now what's the issue? I just feel like, man, we kind of having that big reaction for this instance right here. Because it did not look like this at any point in time last year in the regular season.
Yeah. Let's see what they say about Broderick.
It's going to get interesting, though, man. It's going to get interesting, man.